Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga is yet to accept or recognize William Samoei Ruto as president-elect. President Uhuru Kenyatta said that he's going to respect the court ruling, but for him, his leader, it is Raila Amolo Odinga. That means he's yet to accept William Ruto as the president-elect. But the Wiper Party leader, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who is part of the Azimio la Umoja leadership, has come out today to recognize William Samoei Ruto as president-elect. Number two, Kalonzo Musyoka has affirmed that they are going to take the opposition role for the period of 5 years as William Ruto will be serving in the executive. Again, Kalonzo has said that they are preparing for 2027 during this period when Ruto will be serving for his 5 years. I wanted to listen to Kalonzo Musyoka shortly. Then after this, we are going to continue with this conversation to understand why this statement and how are they going to serve in the opposition for this period of time.
5 years is a short time, and we are going to serve in opposition the best way we can, and we are ready. We are ready, so don't be hakuna kitu ya kuwa na shida. I now want to take this opportunity also congratulate President-elect who will become president on Tuesday, William Ruto. Tunamheshimu. Unajua, we did not agree at all with the verdict of the Supreme Court, but we are bound by it, and this is what a nation is. Tutameza hiyo uchungu wote kwa sababu ya nchi yetu ya Kenya. Machungu hayo tutayameza. Tuko tayari kuyameza, lakini tukijua Mungu ako pamoja nasi.
Now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not subscribed, so my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give our video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, there is a mixed reaction from Kenyans, both who supported Raila Odinga in Azimio and those who are supporting William Ruto in Kenya Kwanza, on what step or position Raila Odinga should take in this period when William Samoei Ruto will be serving as the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. Some people are of the thought that Raila Odinga should keep off politics, just remain silent for this period, take rest, and leave the other people to take up the mantle of checkmating the government. We have Kalonzo Musyoka, who was campaigning for Raila, and he was to become the prime cabinet secretary in case Azimio was going to win. We also have Mother Karua, who was running with Raila Amolo Odinga. So the question is, if Raila Odinga is going to take a break, then who is going to take over the role of checkmating the government? Is it Kalonzo Musyoka, Mother Karua, or they will do it together as Azimio? And when I'm asking this question, what one should appreciate is that in this election, Raila got almost 7 million votes. That is almost equal to what William Samoei Ruto got, according to the numbers Chebukati announced. There was only a difference of 200,000 votes. So half of this country voted for Raila, another half for William Samoei Ruto. So I don't know, if you are telling Raila Amolo Odinga to take a break, then are you telling Raila Amolo Odinga to dump the 7 million people who voted for him? Half of this country. Because in as much, for those who believe that his victory was robbed, it is not those people who voted for Raila. Ni watu wengine tofauti. So the question is, if you tell Raila Amolo Odinga to take a break, then who will be leading these 7 million people? Kalonzo Musyoka is coming to the scene and is saying that they are going to serve in the opposition. What Kalonzo and his team need to understand is that there are 7 million people who voted for Azimio la Umoja. So this is not something you can just take for granted like that. In case you're not forming the next government, you have to understand how are you going to manage to have the 7 million people working with you to the next general election. Raila, because of his age, we can understand, he cannot play politics or the checkmate role the same way he was doing 5 years back or 10 years back. People like Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua and the team should come to the scene and also take a front role in playing the opposition role. We understand what Otatuambia, okay, in our constitution we don't have opposition in the country, it is a minority and a majority. The truth is that there need to be someone to checkmate on the government of the day. And even those who voted for William Samoei Ruto, some of these people are worried. They are now asking Raila Odinga and the ODM party to play the opposition role. Because there need to be someone who will be checkmating the government when they are making mistake, so that they will be upheld responsible. So it is not only even those who voted for Azimio, even those who voted for William Ruto are afraid if there will be no one to checkmate the executive. Okay, someone will say the National Assembly, but we know National Assembly will always be whipped according to the line on which they voted. It has happened for the past 10 years, so there is no big deal here. The repeat will happen again. So Kalonzo should consider that they have 7 million people who voted for Azimio. And they have to take a serious position in playing the opposition role to make sure that they are carrying the 7 million people to the next election. In as much Kalonzo might be doing that, what ODM should appreciate is that they are the biggest party after Jubilee, not Jubilee, after UDA. ODM is second after UDA. So the opposition role lies in the hands of ODM party. The day ODM is going to neglect that position, the day ODM is going to neglect their role to avoid checkmating the government, then that is the time they are going to lose the 7 million people who entrusted them with their votes. Because I know in 2027, ODM might have a candidate on the ballot as a presidential candidate. Because you cannot ignore ODM party. That's a big party. A party that has survived for the longest time. They will have a presidential candidate. And if not, they will be supporting someone, but again, ODM will be playing the big brother role in that support. That is the truth of the matter. So this is something I would say in my own view that there is a need for ODM to come on board. That's my point. That's my view. To make sure that they are carrying forward the 7 million people who voted for them. Refusing to checkmate the government is dumping the 7 million people who wanted Raila to be president. Okay, now he's not the president. So what next? What role? What position should they play? Put the government on toss. Check on them when they make a mistake. Expose them. But if not, then that's how you are dumping the 7 million people, and that is going to weaken ODM party, even Wiper, if they will not play the role the way they are saying. And of course, we will be heading to single party state if the other side will not come out strong to check on the government. So Kalonzo should be serious on what he's saying. Yes, we accept William Ruto will be the president. He's now the president-elect. There's no issue with that. But playing opposition role is a big thing that they need to honor and deliver even to Kenyans in terms of checkmating on these people. There's nothing like letting them just loot the country, play their role, play their politics the way they want, bring down the country. If you allow that to happen, then even you have already betrayed the people who trusted in Azimio leadership. Kalonzo is saying that they're preparing for 2027. Indeed, they should start now. Because William Ruto immediately won the election, he is preparing for 2027. The truth of the matter is that it will not be an easy game to remove William Samoei Ruto from power. Azimio need to work extra hard if they want to make it realistic. But it will not be easy to remove an incumbent from power. So there is a big role they need to play, and it can only be possible if they will really deliver in terms of checkmating on the government. If they can expose them, if they can come out in a way to put Ruto on toss, to deliver what he promised to Kenyans, free internet, Mama Mboga will have their funds, the issue of free education, they talk about that one, the issue of connection of, is it last mileage of power to each and every homestead. So many things, bringing the price of unga to 70 shillings from 200. Then people will trust them going way forward. That's my view. I don't know what to think about this, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation.